Chapter. Thank you so much, Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
All right, everyone. Yes, how are you today? It is the Kim Jacobs Show, and we are here today with a lovely couple. I'm saying, when I say lovely, they are a lovely couple, Pastor Perry and Evangelist Angelene Hill. How are you all today?
Hi, Kim. Hi, everybody.
I'm so excited about having you all on today. Okay, this couple, everyone, has been married for 50 years. In June, they'll be married for 50 years. So this is like a major milestone. I'm so excited to have them here on the Kim Jacobs Show. And I am hoping that you all will go ahead and share this broadcast and invite everyone you know to be a part of our discussion today. They said that it can still be done.
Yes.
So
yes,
y'all said it can be done, right?
It can be done.
Yes. And I see you pointing, Miss Pastor Perry. You're like, it can be done. It can be done. And so we're going to learn from these wise individuals on how we can maintain some level of a marriage for 50 years. If that's your heart's desire, you're going to learn a lot today. As you come in, go ahead and type in where you're visiting in from. Let us know that you are in your virtual seats, and we are excited. What we're going to do is we're going to give you just 30 seconds to go ahead and share this broadcast out. Before we just kick everything off and get going, we want to make sure that no one misses the opportunity to hear today's discussion. So take 30 seconds now, tag your friends, share the broadcast, and let's get this show started. All right, everyone. So I don't know how many people you all got a chance to tag that in that short period of time, but I was like, oh, I'm trying my best too. But it is exciting to have this couple here today, and we're going to be talking with them. They started out over 50 years together on this journey, and I want to make sure that, okay, I can already tell my cheeks are going to be burning because I'm smiling and so excited over here. But Pastor Perry Hill received his bachelor's degree. He was called to ministry over 30 years ago, and he's been pastoring for over 20 years, retired U.S. Army veteran, and he's also been in the military for 22 years. He's a husband, and we have a running joke that he's the husband of one wife, and he's the father of 3 with 10 grandchildren. Welcome, Pastor Perry Hill.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be on your show.
I am so honored to have you here today. And Evangelist Angelene Hill. Evangelist Angelene Hill is an author. She's a counselor, mentor, and life and marriage coach. She's also a talk show host of Sip and Chat with Angelene. And she's the wife of how many husbands?
One
husband, a mother of 3. And she's also a grandmother, which is a gorgeous grandmother of 10 grandchildren. Welcome, Evangelist Angelene. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you, Kim.
Wait. Are y'all gonna be doing that the whole show? Like y'all gonna need to get a room?
Probably.
I'm like, hello, somebody else is here watching.
If the screen go black, it may have been intentional.
Okay.
We'll use self-discipline here.
Yes.
That's hilarious. Well, first of all, I would love for people to kind of know how we met. So, Evangelist Angelene, tell them how you and I met, because I think that was just a great experience where we connected.
Oh my goodness, that was so powerful. A friend of mine invited me to a women's session on a Saturday morning, right in the middle of the pandemic, like in the later of 2020.
Yes.
And of course I went, and it was at one of the churches in Charlotte, and she didn't tell me who was going to be on. I don't even know if she knew. But when you were introduced by the pastor's wife, I was like, okay. I wonder why I have not. I would know. I remember. I remember seeing her show, and I remember the time that I saw it. You had some of the leading ladies of North Carolina's second jurisdiction on. It was like 3 or 4 of them, and I was like, well, who is? I knew of them, but I was like, well, who is she? That was you. And I just didn't know. So when you came on as the speaker, I was like, oh my God, that's her. And so, but anyway, when you presented the things that you were a talk show host, a counselor, coach, I was like, oh my God, I need her. I need her. It just so happened the gift that you presented, I was one of the recipients of that gift. And so you became our talk show host, and God in heaven knows that was what we needed, because Perry and I, we were having so many issues online. And it was like, I said to God, I'm done. You want it done? Get somebody else. I'm done. And then came Kim. I'm telling you, it was awesome that the Lord just kind of brought you up there, and we were able to continue the talk show, because I really was done, and God knew I was done. There was always some kind of technical issues, but because He sent you, we're still on the talk, sip and chat with Angelene.
And you're doing a beautiful job. You're doing a beautiful job. And it's been my honor to be able to coach you on your journey. And I personally did the training with the two of you for our 6 weeks. And that was pretty fun. I've enjoyed that experience working with you.
We learned a lot. And may I add that it makes doing what we've been given to do, it makes it so much more fun, because it was like, every Sunday we were like, oh God, here we go. What's going to go wrong this time? But now it's like, no, everything is good, and we enjoy what we're doing. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Well,
yes.
Thank you all. And I'm so glad to be here. Now, today we're going to be talking with the host of Sip and Chat, Evangelist Angelene, and her husband is Pastor Perry Hill. They come on Sunday evenings at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The website is sipandchatwithangelene.com if you want to stay in connection with them and learn more about all of the services that they offer. So today our topic is specifically about being married for 50 years. Take us back to how you all met. We got to at least know how it all started before we get to.
Oh, no, I didn't want to talk about that, Kim. He loves it. I hate it.
Okay, so Pastor Perry, I'll give you the honors of talking about you and your one wife. So how did you meet your lovely bride?
I love that.
Oh, come on. It froze. It froze. Wait. It froze. Say it again. Oh, come on. We're not going to deal with this today. The devil's a liar. You know what we're going to do? We're going to see who's in the studio audience while they check okay, let's see the connection. Let's see. Pastor Perry?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Say it again now.
Okay. I met this young lady through my best friend, which was her brother. And at the time, we just go in there to the house and I see her and all. But one day I was working on my father's truck. And she was standing in this lady's house in the doorway called Mama Lottie.
Uh-huh.
And I saw her and I said, whoa. All of a sudden the light came on. All this time I saw her when I go visit with my best friend, and she's there with her in that door. I love to tell that story. I said, oh, that's the one right there.
But that wasn't the light of God shining, you hear?
How were you standing in the door, Angelene?
Just standing in the door looking.
No, you must have been standing like
real good.
Just,
You were
just
standing in the
looking.
door.
I mean, just looking out the door.
No, he saw some kind of halo over you or something. Okay, so she was standing
That's
in the
what
door.
he saw. You know, he didn't walk into my mother's house. He saw a halo.
He saw a halo. So you were standing in the door. What happened?
And he waved and I waved. That was it.
Yeah. Then the next step was got with my friend. Hey, your sister seeing anybody? He said, yeah. He told me who it was. I said, oh, she can do better than that.
Okay, so
And from then on, you know, time went on and we met each other, and from that time that we met each other, and we've been together ever since.
Yeah.
Ever since then.
So how did you ask her out? Because I mean, you said she could do better than that, but then did you
Well-
ask her on a date or what happened? Because y'all have grandkids now. Tell us more.
Well, see, whenever her brother and myself, we had got us a house with two other fellas. And so we were staying at the house. We have, wasn't saved now. Want to make sure y'all, but we have parties.
God.
And so I told him, have your sister come over. Make sure you don't come with her, but have your sister come over.
Oh my God.
You didn't know that, Angelene?
Huh?
You didn't know that he was planning for you to come, but not your brother?
No,
Yeah.
not
the boyfriend.
boyfriend.
Oh, not
He
the
didn't want me to bring
boyfriend.
the boyfriend.
Girl, go ahead. I'm leaning like, let me get my go ahead.
Can't you understand why I hate this story? Okay. See?
Okay,
So
go ahead.
When she come to the party, you know, we got together, and I was a little shy. You can tell, I don't do too much talking, so I didn't have no real good rap and all that. So, but I happened to talk to her, say, hey, you know, let her do just a little small talk, and we've been talking ever since.
Amen.
All right.
We've been talking
Well,
ever since.
Evangela Hill is laughing her head off. She said, my daddy was out here being sleek. He's trying to be sleek. Here you go. You're trying to be sleek. She can't
He
even
was
look
trying
at
to
me
be
the same
sleek.
now. She's like, what, Dad? You were down there trying to scope out my mama. And Pamela Howard is one of our luxury event planning specialists. So anything that y'all are doing for your 50th, definitely connect with Pamela Howard. She
I
does.
need her.
Yes.
I need her. Yes.
She does luxury events that are amazing. She can make a cucumber look like something I've never seen before. It's so exotic, but it's gorgeous. Anyway, she said
Okay.
you're a beautiful couple. Beautiful couple. My
thank
mom
you.
said good morning. It was definitely the halo.
It was
that
the
we
halo.
saw. So what was your response, Angelene, when it came to him trying to, come up and talk to you at this party and all of that stuff? Oh, and Evangelist said slick. You were being slick.
Right, slick, right. Well, I didn't understand why all of a sudden, because he'd been for at least 2 years, he'd been coming to the house because I was still at home. He'd been coming to the house with my brother, and he wouldn't say anything. And of course, it was always in the morning time, I guess, on their way to work. I was on the way to school. And so it was kind of like, well, what is this all about? And of course, your antennas go up because it's like, why am I at this party? Why he invite me? Da, 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 da. And so, but now he's never been the kind of person that you had to wonder in terms of, I don't feel safe. It was never that. Right. It was just a wonderment of why now? And I guess because I was getting older. When he first saw me, I was like 13 or 14, right?
Oh, wait. There's an age difference here?
Well, yeah, there's an age difference. Yeah. And so it was like, I don't know what this is about. But because it was a party, people there, my brother was there. Now, mind you, I had a curfew. I had to be home. And what does he care about a curfew? These are grown men, right? And so I just kept saying, I got to be home. I got to be home. And so finally it was like, Lord, let's take this child home. And so, after that, and my mom found out about it. Of course, she scolded my brother real good for taking me.
Oh, goodness.
To a party, where alcohol and stuff was. Yeah, and all of that. So it was a little while later before I saw him again, because he only showed up when my brother came. It's because he wasn't dating me. It was when he would see me, this type stuff. And so It was a minute. And so when the minute came, it was like, wow, I was glad to see him at that point. But then as time went on, I became of age and we started dating and everything. And he went and asked my mom, could he marry me? Now, let me tell you what my mom said.
Wait. Tell us after the commercial break. No, don't tell us.
Okay.
So we're going to find out right after this commercial break what. Now, remember, the mama had already scolded her brother who took her to a party where there was drinking and grown men, basically. And her mama didn't want her to be a part of that. Knowing goodness well, she had no business being over there because somebody named Perry was trying to be slick, according to his daughter Evangela, trying to roll up on their mama, right? So before that ever could happen, oh, this is crazy. This is a good story. Okay, Athena, our sunshine expert, said that you are just fabulous looking. And my mom said good morning. It was definitely the halo. All right, right after this commercial break, y'all, we're going to find out what Angelene's mom said when Pastor Perry, now he wasn't pastor back then, when Perry came over there and asked for her daughter's hand. We'll be right back.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, and everybody, we're back. So tell us what mom said, Angeline.
So when he asked my mom, we were both together, and my mom, after she gave him that 2-hour spiel and all of that, she said, I will give you permission to marry her. But I tell you this right here, these is her words. If you take her out of the house, you cannot bring her back.
Wow. If you take my daughter out of this house, you cannot bring her back. Those are some profound words. So your mom was like, once you got her, you got her.
Right.
She also added, if you leave, you can't come back.
Talking to me?
Talking to her.
Right.
In other words,
you got to make it work.
You got to make it work.
Yes.
And make it work they have for almost 50 years right here in the running. They have stayed together, united. Now, we want to know, over the course of all of these years, there has been so many things that's happened, right? There have been some high moments, some low moments, some below the ground moments, some in between, whatever. Tell us any of the things that's happened in your journey, because there are a lot of people watching today that want to know, hey, how do I stay with my spouse? But I'm here, I'm stuck in this part of the marriage or whatever.
Wow.
What are some things that you all experienced that you felt were really kind of discouraging on your journey and you almost would have called it quits, but you didn't? Right. And what advice do you give to couples that are maybe at that same phase?
Okay, well, for me, one of the things that I had to learn, because he joined the military shortly after we got married. Yes. And so I had to learn and just kind of walk through it, find my way in there somewhere, that everybody is not the same. And you always have people that say, well, why don't you do this? Or why don't you do that? Your husband is always gone. And why don't you do this? I even had someone to say, this is a little extreme, but this is what they said. You're always there with the kids when he's gone. It's okay, because he would go like to Korea for a whole year. He would go here for a year and these things. And they would say things like, it's okay that you get someone, but be discreet. But literally.
Wow.
Yes. And not because I was that good, or because remember, we're not even saved yet. Not because I was saved or unsaved at that point didn't really play a major role in it. I just knew it was not the right thing to do. And so I didn't embrace that advice. I continued to, one of the things that really just snatched me in, Kim, is in the military, they take you through a briefing that tells the wife, when your husband is gone, you're responsible to keep your kids under control, because if your kids are out of control and things start happening, then when we pull your husband in, it's just like he did. He was the one did all this. So it was my responsibility to keep my family in check. And so that was a full-time job. I had 2 sons and a daughter. And so I didn't have time to be out hanging with the girls. And of course, there was people that was hanging and doing whatever, but it was not my plight. It was not what I had my focus on. And so that in itself, and then of course you have those that say things like, this is what you ought to do. If I was you, I would. You know, even being young, you have some sense of identity where, no, I'm not doing that. Because what I saw was not attractive, and I knew that if something went down, that if they called their husband in, that he would be in trouble, and I didn't want any part of that. So that part kept me focused. But now, once I received the Lord in my life, of course, challenges don't end. It's just a whole nother set of challenges, right? And so, but at that point, you know how to just go before the Lord, or reach out for help, or talk to some of the ladies in the church. Some of the mothers back home were the ones that I referred to because I knew them. I did that military life piece, though the people were church people. I don't know you. You don't know me. And often it's anybody, if you don't feel comfortable sharing your story, we tend to not share it. And I didn't see at that point that they could help me. And the journey, that part of the journey was really challenging. And I think that was one of the things that really just kind of activated in me to write the first book I wrote. And it says, where is my mentor? Because there were so many times I wondered, God, is there somebody that I can talk to? Is there somebody that can walk me through this? And I always ended up, it would be me and God, or once we would go back home, we would go home once a year for 30 days. I would go back home and talk to the mothers, the pastor wives there, because I didn't know the other people. And so there were so many parts and pieces to that. But through it all, we have to say it was God, because I didn't have anybody else. And I would say that it was part of what brought me to the place now of being so connected in prayer, because I practiced praying. I had to always pray for that's the book. I had to always be in prayer that I could be doing what was right, that for my sanity's sake, that I could be the good wife and a good mother and all of that. Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay. So you getting that advice from spiritual mothers is one of the things that you say. And I really love everything that you're sharing here. Your priority was your children, especially not wanting to misrepresent your husband in his military role based on some of the things that they were telling you could happen if you were out here just doing any old thing, and recognizing that everybody's not the same, because people would advise you to get somebody on the down low and be discreet and do all kind of crazy stuff. But while your husband was traveling, I really like that. And that was horrible advice, according to what you're saying. So I'm just typing some of the things that you're sharing here. Yes, look at God is what Athena said. And 50 years looks amazing on you too. My goodness.
Thank you.
50 years looks amazing on you too. And
that's a long time. I hadn't even thought about it.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Just the fact that it's 50 whole years. 50 years of anything is a long time. Athena says, shout out to Pastor Perry. Yes, military life was great and provided for you and your family. My father was in the Navy for 25 years, and I remember my mother spoke of the same story. Evangelist Angelene, you are amazing support for your husband.
Oh, thank you, Athena. Thank you. Yes, you try to be.
And she said, great wisdom. That's just great wisdom. Keep your comments flooding in to celebrate this couple that's been together. I mean, I don't know how long they've been on this earth, because I couldn't imagine y'all being much more than 50 something, your late 50s or whatever. But the point is, y'all are actually together for 50 years. That's amazing. Okay.
Thank you very much. I would like to also add,
please,
that one of the other things I think that caused us to be together so long. Because I did join the military early in our marriage, not soon after we took off, and we pulled away from all the family influences. We was us.
Yeah,
Just
it was
us.
us.
So it was
That's the
Team
way
Us.
Team us. Yes.
It was when I joined the military, it was us and my son, the oldest son. And so we was taken into a foreign country.
Yeah. The first duty station.
First duty station was in Berlin, Germany. So again, that was another thing that, you don't know people. So what calls us together is to be together with one another.
Each other. Yes, yes.
And so I think that was another thing of longevity, because we had to learn each other quickly. We couldn't lean on mama, couldn't lean on her side of the family, couldn't lean on my side of the family, couldn't have brothers and sisters in the midst, to everybody telling you this is the way you should do it.
Right.
We had to figure out our own
course
we did on how that we can make it as a team.
Yes.
And by doing that, a lot of things we was able to negotiate through where the normal marriage, I believe, would have been torn up, because we learned how to lean on each other.
Yeah.
I still tell everyone right now, she's my best friend, and my best friend got upset with me because I called her my best friend. Brother.
Deal with it, other best friend, because
right.
So,
absolutely.
But I believe that's another key factor.
Yes.
Of us being that held us together before Christ came into the midst.
Wow.
Now we had people to tell us that our marriage was made in heaven before we got saved.
The Lord knew.
The Lord put us together.
The Lord knew.
That was before we got saved, and while we was out, well, everybody know what happens when you're not saved and you're young.
You're a sinner.
You enjoy yourself and you're a sinner.
You're a sinner.
So, but it was spoken over our lives then. And I believe the Lord knew our destiny.
He knew. Absolutely.
Absolutely, he knew. And
Yes,
so the Lord
yes.
put us together even before we got saved. Oh, you know what? Dr. Richard Serrano is on, and him and his lovely wife, Dr. Nefertina Serrano, they have a program called Marriage CEOs 360, and it is a whole comprehensive program that focuses on marriages. They would be great guests to come on your show on Sip and Chat too. So I'm recommending the Serranos to come on your show, and they will do a great job talking about marriages. And they've been married for well over 30 years. I don't know exactly how long. You can put how long y'all have been married, but I know it's been many years as well.
Okay, great.
And I'm really glad to have you on today. He said, congratulations to you and to your family here. Awesome. Let's see. Okay, so I see all of your comments coming up. Let's see. Dr. Serrano said you both cover each other and God covers you both. Amen.
Amen.
That is such a beautiful statement. Beautiful statement. Is. Yes. He said he would love to, and they've been married for 32 years, him and his wife.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Great.
All right. So bringing balance to the world, one household at a time is what we're doing today with Pastor Perry and evangelist Angelene Hill. You can stay connected with them by going to watch their show every Sunday evening at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, typing in Sip and Chat with Angelene. And their website is Sip and Chat with Angelene. Our episode sponsors, we're popping them on the screen throughout today's broadcast so that you'll know some people that you can, if you're looking for a personal injury attorney, Attorney Kenneth D. Snow with snowlegal.com is a great choice, and let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. If you're looking for security in your home, which I use Silver Shield as well, you can definitely visit silvershield-security.com and let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you. We're talking with Pastor Perry and evangelist Angelene Hill. When we come back, what I'd like to hear from you all is, so that way I give you a second to think about it. what is the piece that has caused you all to be so successful in the 50 years? Because I mean, you've been successful and you've done it with grace and style.
Mhm.
So I would like to hear from you all when we come back. What do you feel is that piece that really
Okay.
was the glue for you all? Okay. All right. So we'll be
Gotcha.
right back, everyone, as we talk with this lovely couple, Pastor Perry and Evangelist Angelene Hill.
It's not just another day, it's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right. So we are back and we're talking with the Hills here. So talk to us and tell us what has been that glue in your marriage.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll go first. I go
Yes.
first. Okay. Well,
Oh, y'all are too. Oh, my God. You, baby. No, you, baby. Oh, sweetie. No. Okay, you. Okay, go. You.
right. Well, to put it in a nutshell, yeah. To put it in a nutshell, it was God, literally God, and not at our convenience, but always. You know how when things are going well, we just tend to just go ahead and just go through life, and then when trouble hits, then it's like, hey God, we need you over here. So it wasn't like that. It was always God. And one of the reasons I say that, Kim, is because I was raised in a single home. It was just my mother. He was raised with two parents, and so there was somewhat of a balance there. What I saw growing up, there was love, there was provision, but there was this extremely strong woman who had to make life happen. So needless to say, I took on that nature. And so getting married, I had to try to figure out how I can be who I am, but tone it down, because I don't have to work like my mom worked. I don't have to do all of that. I have someone here. I don't have children without a husband. I have a husband. So I had to get all of that figured out. And in the process of figuring it out, because it's like, well, some would say you talk too loud, some would say you don't talk enough, and some would say, this, that, and the other. And so literally when I tried to fit the mold that I was being put in by society, by people, I became depressed.
Yes, I'm sure.
I mean, literally depressed, because I was beginning to not know who I was anymore, because I need to tone it down. I got a husband who, every time we're together, they hear my mouth and not his. So it was like, okay. But what I found out with that, and I'm going somewhere with this. What I found out with that, when you see depression, it's a manifestation of a suppressed expression.
Mhm.
When you see depression, it's the manifestation of a suppressed expression. What do you mean, Angelene? I mean, because I was suppressing Angelene, it put me in a depression, because I was not able to be who God made me to be. I was not able to express myself on the level that God is saying, this is the vein you're in. This is where you got to walk, because now we're born again believers. Okay. And so it just became really fuzzy. And what tends to happen when we don't know the trail to take, when we don't know what to do, there could be 5 trails in front of you. What typically happens when you don't know which one, you don't take any.
That's
because
right.
you don't
You're
know
just
which
stuck.
one. You're stuck, and that is not a good place to be, because life is moving on. And so Perry would leave to go on his duties, go on his assignments, and I was stuck. I was depressed. I was not able to function, because I'm trying to be what I'm thinking I'm supposed to be. Because now in the church world, depends on what affiliation you are, and this is nothing that we are now, but from back home years ago, a submissive wife You didn't hear her. What they say, you are seen and not heard type thing.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah. And so I think I was trying to possibly trying to prove to the church mothers that I was a good Christian or something. That's possibly what it was, because that was their definition of being a good woman of God. And so
Right.
I'm thinking that was part of it. But even there, God saw the endeavor to please him. He saw why I was in this turmoil. It was not when I was creating for myself, kind of, sort of, but I was.
Right.
But somewhere down the line, I cannot tell you where the great light came from. It was like I woke up one morning and I said, daggone it, I'm going to be Angelene. And from that day to this one, no more depression, no more of all this stuff. And of course, I still have heard over the years how a good wife should be and how she da. But I've gotten comfortable in who I am, because I know that I talk to God about me. I know that, it's God, listen, God, this is Perry and I, and we know what the naysayers are saying. We know what the others are saying, those that are on the high echelon of the spiritual ladder or whatever. But this is us. I as wonderful as they are, this is us. And we need you with us. And that is some of the pieces that has kept us together, and not just together, but happy together. Happy together. Now there's some more I want to say to that, but I think maybe I better hold up just a minute. If I forget that, there's this piece that I want to talk about that is functioning. We're not just married. That's the piece. We're not just married, but we are healthy in the marriage. That piece, we'll do that later.
Okay. Thank you so much, host Angelene, because you over there hosting, even though you in your own host mode. You're like, I'll be talking to y'all about that in a little later and sip and chat on the Kim Jacobs show. That's a good training right there. I'm telling you. No. Okay. So we're not just married. We're not just married. We are
healthy in the marriage. It is a healthy relationship, and there is a difference, and you know that.
Yes. Okay. So anybody in the virtual studio audience, remind us before we close out that we need to touch on, we are not just married, but we are healthy in the marriage. And that's going to be one of our points and later throughout today's broadcast. Let's hear from you, Pastor Perry, as well, on your thoughts on what you feel was the piece that kept y'all together for 50 years.
It's a couple of things. One, as she mentioned about her mother being the single mother and strong woman, taking care and providing for the family. I look at when I was out of the picture, the strong woman came forth and kept our house running.
Wow.
Even though, she mentioned about coming to a point to know which way to go, but and that was because of people trying to tell you to do it this way. But this lady here held the house together.
You rubbing her leg over there?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I was doing like this.
Oh my God. No wonder y'all been married for 50 years. You're like, my wife. Oh, what are you doing over there, Pastor Perry? I see your hand moving.
Yeah.
Let me leave y'all alone.
That is so cute.
My wife needed to be that strong woman that kept the family intact. Intact while I was away in the military. That's such a good point. What other points did you want to say, Pastor Perry?
Then we came to the point that, and by the way, she was saved before myself. And when I was in Korea and I came back for mid to a leave, she was also holding the family down then. And so it's like, after a while, I see in her example, it drew me. to the Lord. And so I came home on mutual leave. I came home not saved, but I left, went back to Korea saved.
Saved.
So that was another part that brought the family together. The other part is praying together.
Mhm.
We started praying together.
Wait. Tell about we were praying. You wasn't saved yet, and I wanted you to pray with me because I wanted to get you saved and what you told me.
Oh, you done already told it, but okay. Say that right. Say that right quick.
Because he was gonna skip over it.
Don't skip over that, babe. Come on. Okay, go ahead.
I ain't praying.
I wanted to hold his hands.
I think, no,
He didn't want to hold my hands in prayer.
no, didn't want to do it.
He knew God was gonna jump on it.
But you did it.
You know, it brings up a whole lot of different things.
Yes.
Even as like the part about the holding the hands, you know, no, not gonna do that. We can pray, but we ain't holding hands. Now, why? I don't know. But prayer was
Spirit was gonna rub off on you. That's why.
There you go.
Prayer kept us together.
Yes.
And that's why we pray now. And I think that started that life of coming together, because we had been I don't want to come on the show and say, you know, it's all been this glorious. No. It's been some times where you know, hey, one of the stories we told on Sip and Chat is how I had gone on one of my TDY trips. And so
What's that? What's a TBY trip?
Temporary duty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Travel.
temporary travel. I was going to
I think it was Puerto Rico.
Went to Puerto Rico.
She remember it was Puerto Rico, babe. And I ain't gonna forget that, because Puerto Rico, you know, Puerto Rico got some Puerto Ricans.
We don't forget that.
Go ahead.
So when we left that part, we normally don't depart until we get things straight.
Right.
But that time, we didn't quite have it right from what we were discussing. So I went to Puerto Rico. She was there. And so at the same time, this is how the devil works.
Yes.
At the same time, we was back together, and we were just sitting down talking. She said, you know what? That devil told me to pack all the children clothes up, pack my stuff up. When you come back home, we'll be gone. And I looked at her and I started laughing. I said, guess what he told me? He told me not to come back.
Oh, whoa!
Yes.
But because of us knowing the Lord, he didn't succeed.
That's right.
He was
Thank
speaking
you,
to both of
Jesus.
us.
Yes. Yes.
I'm so grateful he didn't succeed.
He did not succeed.
Yes.
And we just have to be talking about it and laughing. And that's when she said, you know what he told me? And that's when I turned around and said, you know what he told me? So we just started laughing at it.
Yes.
But that's the difference in having the Lord in your life. Some of those times, you know, you can begin to laugh at things. Now, some of the stuff is like, yeah,
Exactly.
you go to, nah, that's okay. Ain't no need to discuss it. We might well stop this right now.
Yes.
Go no further.
Go no further.
Go no further.
We know how this ends.
We know how it ends. So
Yeah.
we just stop that conversation right quick. But that's learning each other
Mhm.
from year to year, day to day, from year to year, learning each other, learning where the points is, the buttons that you don't want to push.
Right.
It's not the right time now.
Right.
And
Right.
then also, I learned that trying to get a point over sometimes is no good just talking. So what I learned to do, took a little time to learn it. What I learned to do was to go down on my knees, begin to talk to the Lord about what I want to try to get done, or what in my mind I think should be. But one thing I also turned around and did, I prayed, if it's me, if it's me, show me.
Right. Right.
If it's this the way it should go, then you speak to her.
That's right.
And I tell you What
Well,
that
I'm
cut a whole lot of our misunderstanding.
Yes, yes.
That cut a whole lot of that out
Mhm.
right there. And that's only comes because you got the Lord in your life.
Mhm.
Wow. That is such
So-
a blessing. That is such a blessing. And I'm so grateful that you all are here sharing your journey with us. I have some statistics, and thank you so much, Cassandra, one of our team members that shared some of these statistics here. The Hive Law is saying that the average length of marriage in the United States is one of the lowest in the world. The average marriage length in the United States is 8.2 years. That's very low.
Oh,
Wow.
very low.
That's
Okay.
very low. And the divorce statistics after infidelity tells us that 88.8% of divorces usually involve infidelity. If the
Right.
divorce rate in America is 2.6 per 1,000 total population, and it just goes on and on and on. But
Right.
of
Right.
that 88% of the
Wow.
divorces have some level of this happened
Right.
outside of the marriage, and it was the final straw that caused
Right.
the marriage to break.
Mhm.
So, and the reconciliation after divorce rate shows that 6% of the people have reconciled after divorce, and that's 60 people out of every 1,000. So that's
Wow.
I don't even know what those statistics is. Just discouraging, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But when you hear statistics like this or read statistics like this, what advice can you give couples that are finding themselves falling into a statistic?
Well, for me, I think for the most part, there has to be, you have to go into it with some type of marriage values. You have to go in with marriage values. I remember my mom said that if you take her out, she don't get to come back. You don't get to bring her back. And she told me the same thing. So you have to know the times when the deep thoughts of, you know what, I don't know if we're going to do this or not. I remember the words that she spoke. And those are the things that just kind of help keep us, going through, as well as it's kind of like, okay, we got kids now. And let me say this, what I do know, everybody's values are different.
Yes.
And we wouldn't dare even now tell a woman, you got kids, so you need to stay with their husband. That is not okay, because children are not the reason that a man and woman should stay together. Absolutely not. So that worked for us. And it used to be where the older women would say, if he ain't beating you, girl, sit down somewhere, you're fine. But see, they didn't know that abuse is more than physical. They didn't know that abuse comes in so many forms. And we just knew during that time, we felt that we had to just take a deep breath, swallow, and just keep moving. It wasn't a situation of any type of abuse or anything. So it's kind of like you were reasoning within yourself and say, what is causing this upheaval? Am I getting the itch? What is going on here? That, because there would be times when you were looking after 25, 30 years, you're like, where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? And you have to grab yourself and say, hey, slap. What's going on here? Is this an enemy that is presenting certain things, or is there really something going on that's not healthy in the relationship? Get a grip to this. And it would always be something, and I know it was the enemy that would present certain things, because it was nothing valid. There was no verbal abuse. There was nothing. It was just, I think possibly all relationships go through this season where it's like, what are we doing? We've been doing this, picking kids up, dropping kids off, going to work, coming home, cooking dinner, going to bed. The redundance will snatch you if you're not careful. And so with that, I've always tried to be creative. Even recently, we took pictures on top of a roof in Atlanta, and I'm like, come on, Perry, we driving all the way to Atlanta to get on the rooftop and take pictures. And he's like, what? Come on, dude, I'll drive. Come on, just come on.
Well, that's fun. That's fun. And I mean, that's just
It was
spontaneous
fun.
and different. Before I show the pictures of you all on the rooftop, I want to take people back for a second and let them see just some pictures of you all here along your journey. And y'all are beautiful, beautiful. And this is tell us who this is on these pictures.
Okay, the girl up front, right behind me, is my daughter, my only daughter. The other girl is my niece. The guy, the boy behind Pastor Perry is our oldest son, Perry, and then the little one is Vincent. He lives in Atlanta. Perry lives in Virginia now, just moved from Idaho, and Vanjie lives here in Burlington. And of course, that's Perry and me.
Oh, I can't look how young you look in that picture.
Oh. Yeah, I think we were like early 30s. I was maybe 31 or something. He was 35, 36.
Oh, that is so awesome. Okay, so I also see this picture here. Look at that. When was that?
Yeah, that was maybe like 5 years ago, right here at Ashley's in Greensboro.
Yeah, y'all going somewhere. Okay.
We felt like we needed a new ministry picture.
Oh, you needed a new ministry picture. Yes.
Yeah.
So when we come back, tell us briefly about the ministry. And you all have gone on a journey in ministry together. And then I do have some of these rooftop pictures that I'm going to pop up. And these are just adorable as we soon prepare to close out today's episode. This is just inspiring. And even what you all are saying to encourage couples today, I believe it's something that if people really take heed to the advice that you're giving, can go really well into many years of marriage until really, like the Bible says, until death do us part, you know? So I'm inspired by everything that you all are sharing today. All right. So everybody, we'll be right back right after this commercial break. And we're going to be hearing more from Pastor Perry and Evangelist Hill. We'll be right back.
When someone has lost a loved one, they want to know what exactly happened. They want to know, is the other person going to be held responsible? And they want closure. At Hunter and Everett, we help clients that have lost a loved one move on, and to do that with dignity and respect that they deserve.
Nothing says I love you more than final expense insurance whole life protection with funeral advocacy nationwide, saving you and your family 30 to 80% off funerals and cremations. Nothing says I love you more than Get Insured Solutions, LLC. GetInsured.Solutions. 704-499-3616.
All right, everybody, we're back, and we're back with Pastor Perry and Evangelist Angelene Hill. Tell us about these photos. I want to show these right quick. I popped a couple of them up here. These are just really memorable. So talk to us about some of these.
This is our rooftop experience. This is the picture here. We took these to.
Those are anniversaries.
Yes, our last year's anniversary. Mm-hmm. So with this one here, still showing that we still love and still got the kick.
Got the kick. Oh, whoa! Okay.
Still kicking it.
Still kicking it. Got the kick. Something. Yeah. 100. All of that, right?
Yes. This was a great experience. I enjoyed that rooftop experience into photos and just having fun.
Yeah.
That's good. That's so good.
I want to share just a little bit about that rooftop experience. And when it was random, but it wasn't random. It was like for my birthday. It was like I said to the Lord, what would the theme be this year? Because every year we God has something different. Every year we go into, he take us different ways and just kind of increase us. And I asked the Lord, what would I theme this year? And I heard the Lord say freedom. And when he said it and I embraced it, it was like a sense of freedom that just took over, took over me. And I says, I've got to get on a rooftop somewhere to represent on top, nothing over, just totally open and on top. And that's how we ended up on the rooftop.
That is such a wonderful story. And the fact that y'all ended up on that rooftop and celebrated at that level was just, it pretty much, I mean, this picture right here, I'm gonna put this one back up again, because this picture right here shows exactly what you were just saying, that we are just free and we are here.
Yes.
And we're enjoying our lives at this journey, in this phase of our lives. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, y'all are in ministry together, and I want to just hear how that is for you all too, because it's one thing to be a talk show host together. It's another thing to, be booed up and on the rooftop, but y'all are also serving together in ministry. Tell us about that.
Now, from my perspective, then I give it to Perry. From my perspective, after learning the things that the Lord has taught over the years and growing and maturing, and not only spiritually but natural as well, maturing. When it comes to the ministry, Perry's pastoring, I know how to stay in my lane. I know that if he's in a pastor mode, I let him have that. For those who be saying, "Child, I wish I was the pastor," that ain't never come across my mind, never, never. And so
they do not get it. You do not be like, "Oh, sign up for pastor."
No, ma'am. But now, what he does know, that if he needs me, that I'm there. That's even right. Throughout the course of a worship service, I'm there, and I'm there just like the other members. I'm there to worship, to praise. But he knows if he needs anything, all he got to do is send me a text or get my attention. Now there are things that I call a sign to do when there's altar worship. I don't need him to tell me. I already know I'm needed. Yeah, and so we do that. If I need to do praise and worship, help out, I do that. But there's never, ever any confusion about who's who in the vein of ministry. Absolutely not.
That's good. And what about you, Pastor Perry?
I believe that if she's in the ministry, I'm in part of her ministry also. When she goes out, I try my best to be there with her.
He does.
The only reason I don't be is because something come up, but I can't be there. But I always be there as her backup. After take over, I sit back. It's like she said, I'm the pastor, but she's the evangelist. So I'm there as a helper. In that capacity, and helper and covering in that capacity. I believe that she is, if I'm in the ministry and I'm pastoring, she is there with me. I even got to sit down from a position because I wanted her to sit beside me in the pulpit. So they so kindly let me know that ain't what they do. So I say, okay, well, you appointed me, you can take it back. It's okay.
And it happened just like that.
So I went on about doing what I knew. I continued to serve the Lord. They took their position, gave it to somebody else. But you
said, if my wife can't sit by me, I'm not going to be leading this charge.
Right. So we are in same way we are married together. We are in ministry together. Sip and Chat, she called me her sidekick. But you notice everything on Sip and Chat, it say Angelene. Angelene.
Hey, I'm not touching that. I'm not going to touch that.
You can touch that, Kim.
I'm going to leave that one right there alone. I just know how to stay in my lane.
Right.
That ministry is hers, and she let me be her sidekick. I'm happy being her sidekick. Because we believe in helping each other in ministry. That's another thing that bonds you together. We have the prayer line. We are the leaders.
Co-prayers.
The chief leaders of prayer. And we work together in that ministry. And we just together.
We're just together. That is so wonderful, everybody. We're just together. Make sure you all tune in to Sip and Chat with Angelene Sunday evenings at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can learn so much more about this couple at sipandchatwithangeline.com by just visiting their website. And also make sure that if you are interested in just being a part of supporting this program, we come on every day at 11:00 a.m. Eastern Standard Time from 11 to 12. Please make sure you know that there are different ways that you can do that, and it's greatly appreciated. I have a team of individuals that help to provide you with this original content. And as Pastor Angelene and Pastor Perry have officially, well, Evangelist Angelene, she always said, and Pastor Perry have always also participated in our training course, the one-on-one training, and they were in the same bubble in the training. You can go to kimjacobsconsulting.com to learn more about how you can officially take the course to start your own show from scratch. Or if you just want to learn how to operate this platform because you're a presenter, a motivational speaker, an author, and you just want to have more professionalism in this platform, visit kimjacobsconsulting.com. This week, I am giving 25% off in honor of it being Love Week type of thing. So if you're interested in that, just reach out to me and I'll send you a customized invoice to take the course. All right, y'all. Are we excited that you guys came on today?
It's good.
You had a good experience?
I'm sorry?
Did you have a good experience?
Oh, awesome. Yes. Yes.
All right, what we're going to do is just one last commercial, and then I'm going to just have one closing comment from each of you, and then we're going to close out right quick, okay?
Okay, great.
All right, so let me put this here for a second, remove you and my...
Lamb Funeral Home has been serving the Cabarrus County in North Carolina and surrounding communities for more than 9 years. Our staff of funeral directors are dedicated to providing the very highest quality of service and continue to be well respected throughout the communities we serve. Our professionals are caring, experienced professionals who understand that each family is unique and has personal requests and traditions. These requests and traditions are the utmost importance to our staff of licensed funeral directors. From the initial care to aftercare, you can entrust your loved one and arrangements to Lamb Funeral Home.
All right, everybody, we are back and we're going to close out with a final comment from the Hills. Let's start with you, Evangelist Angelene.
All right. I would say that just as myself, I've always said that I didn't want to just be married. I didn't want to be out in the community and we look like the model couple, but behind the closed doors, it was something totally different going on. I didn't want it to be where we shared the roof over our heads, and we shared the kitchen, we shared the family room, we watched TV together, but we were not married. You know, I knew many situations what happen if fire go out, if situations happen that put a wedge between you, it can easily happen. And I decided I don't want that. You know, there's this phrase we heard years ago, it's cheaper to keep her. And so that could easily mean that, you know, we can't afford to live in different houses. So let's just abide under the same roof, this type thing. And so just the different things that take place. Perry doesn't like to go out and do stuff. I love to go out. So there's times I say, oh, you're going. You're going to go today because we haven't been out together in 2 weeks. You're going. So whatever you need to happen, do I need to put a hat on your head or put a jacket on you, take you out with your pajamas on? You are going. So when he sees that happening, he'll come on and go. And so we'll go out and spend time together because I tell him, I do not want it to look like I'm not married. I am married. You know, and I want people to know that I'm married. So
yeah, you look good. You do not want to be walking around like la 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 with like you're available. You're not available.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And so we've made it a point to make sure that behind the closed doors is what was showing as the same when we're out in public. And I would say to anyone watching, you are the one that can keep it alive. Nobody else can do it for you. You have to do it. I'll say to the woman, just most of the time, not always, but most of the time, when the woman brings the spunk in there, the fire would just catch on when the woman brings it, whatever that fire is. So, you
that's
know, you bring
good.
the fire,
good advice. Good advice.
as a
Pastor
soul
Perry, a
singer.
closing point?
My closing point is to this. If you're young, old, whatever, as I started my statement in the beginning, the wife should be your best friend and the husband should be your best friends. Look how long friends last when marriages don't last.
Wow.
And not only that, even if the spark go out, you're still friends. You're still close. Learn your wife. Wife, learn your husband. Husband, games, football games, anything that's going to separate you and your wife, amen. Let it be together.
Do it together.
Wife, learn football. Husband, learn how to cook. Learn how to take the garbage out.
Oh, you're taking it out.
Okay, all right, y'all need to learn football, learn everything. Learn everything is what I'm gonna put about each other.
Right.
This is good. Okay, so y'all listen. These are the closing points of these phenomenal people that have been married for 50 years. I knew it would be hard to cram everything into this short period of time, but learn how to cook, learn football, learn everything that you need to be able to stay together, and most importantly, stay together as friends. I see people said that they just love this. And keep your comments coming in as we go ahead and close out. To both of you are giving great advice. And I did see someone, one of our online contributors who faithfully support the Kim Jacobs Show, Allison Skeet. I saw a comment from her. I think she said that her mom and dad, they met in 1958 and they spent 60 years together.
Wow.
55 years they were married when her dad passed away. Okay. Yeah. So we are so honored to know that there are marriages out there that are long-term. And Virginia Rutherford Hall says, this is so inspiring.
Oh, that's great. We're grateful for that. Yes.
All right, everybody. Make sure you tune in to this couple. They're going to be on. They both graduate. You know, they graduated from our consulting program. I trained them. And
she did.
They did a marvelous job in the training, and they have a great show, Sip and Chat with Angelene. As Pastor Perry said, is her name, not his, but it's okay. I ain't trying to start now before we get off this show.
Right.
But they're on it together.
Yes.
And at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday evening. So be sure to check them out, okay? Anything else, guys?
All right, this is it. Thank you.
All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and close out. We'll see you tomorrow. We have an African-American pilot that will be on in honor of Black History Month tomorrow. So make sure that you are in your virtual seats. You don't want to miss this episode. And then guess what? We have some directors from Believe in Your Dreams Network. The Kim Jacobs Show is going to be streaming in over 200 million households starting throughout this month on Amazon, Roku, all kinds of different streaming devices. So that's with Believe in Your Dreams Network. And they are going to have some of their directors coming on Thursday. We have our Freestyle Friday right here on the Kim Jacobs Show this week on Friday. And we're going to be learning some self-care from Rita Garnto, and several of our sunshine expert always comes on. We have one of our blind experts, and she's going to be coming on, but she's actually our vision expert. Even though she doesn't have physical sight, she's full of vision. So you don't want to miss any of the episodes that's coming up this week here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So if you go ahead and subscribe, you will turn that notification bell to all. And guess what? You won't miss an episode when it ever comes on. We'll see you all tomorrow right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Thank you all for inspiring us today. And stay backstage. I want to talk to you. Okay.
Okay.
I am so impressed with the love that you all have.
Thank you.
I'm so thoroughly impressed. Thank you for being here today.
Sure.
Wow. And thank you all, the studio audience, for tuning in. God bless you. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of the Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11:00 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on The Kim Jacobs Show.